This place won't tell me any more.
And what have you learned?
The hole you can't miss over there is the new door the golem smashed when it was summoned to life.
And no one saw anything. How is that possible?
Is that your worry, Rabbi?
The clay formed a shell that Sopher infused with the saluter.
Sopher told me to bring clay. Sticky and cold. I can't say how many of those buckets there were. Hours sculpting the Colossus until my hands went numb. I could feel the clay absorbing my anger, as if my rage was making it take shape on its own.
Hours? That must have been horribly exhausting.
What's a few hours in exchange for a curse that lasts generations? These are the remains of some fabric that Sopher wrote something on, in Hebrew, I think. This might be some prayer, incantation, even a spell. There's not enough left to read anything. That's all, but I'm not any closer to a solution. I need someone like Sopher.
A thaumaturge and a kabbalist?
Do you know one, Rabbi?
There's only one name that comes to mind, but...
Ariel Roffe. A good-for-nothing, vengeful, godless scoundrel.
Strong words from your lips.
Of course.
Do you know one another?
Well, I know him well enough to suspect that he might not want to help me. But I'll look for him.
Clearly the Shulsky family has an easy time getting into conflict with Jews.
Come now, don't be silly.
There's just one thing I'd really like to know, Mr. Shulsky. Standing where you are now, what do you think about your father's responsibility in all this?
For years I had no place in my father's life. Though I admit in any event that the feeling was mutual. But I don't want to judge him.
Debts must always be repaid.
I'm settling my scores.
All right, I think it's time for us to go. This place just makes the blood boil. Let's get Mr. Shulsky away from here. And stop by tomorrow. We'll have some tea and work through a few questions.
Mr. Shulsky, I would like this to be our farewell. I tell you from my heart, anger and pride are poor advisors. I know that firsthand, but it's too late for me. You can still save yourself. I'll be thinking of you.
Shall we?
Let's get out of here. It's here, but something's wrong.
Czego nada?
How did you know I was Polish?
Because you're asking a stupid question instead of doing what you're told. What you looking for here, Pariak?
What treasures are they hiding in there that they need all these guards?
His Excellency's dirty underwear. What do you care?
I'm looking for a friend who's gone missing. I want to see if he's here.
If he were here, I wouldn't brag about knowing somebody like that.
And if I insist, will you call your buddies over and give me a thrashing?
Da.
Ко мне, сукины дети! Бейте поляка!
The police plus the Ochrana. They had their way with this place. Under the sky of Mirov, a Thaumaturge has his lair. Delightful. A Kabbalist's den. So. Turns out he holed up at Ruzhitsky Bazaar. Ariel Rofa and God don't get along so well. Is Rofa capable of emotion? That wasn't too hard.
Where do you think you're going, pretty boy?
I'm looking for someone. They say he's got a business here.
Do the smart thing and hit the road. Go on, fuck off.
You talk just like the friend I'm looking for.
I'm asking you nicely, capisce? Beat it!
Am I wrong, or are you guarding a closed butcher's store? This is Ariel Rofa's Geschäft, right?
I'll check you the hell out in a minute and we'll be done.
I'm looking for Ariel Rofa.
Then you can double fuck off, you fucking Dummkopf!
You'll attract more attention with that shouting.
Bozo, for I get my club. You're not gonna tell me how to do my job, you flibbit and raggedy sot. Beat it!
But I know Ariel's got his hideout here. I even know which copper's hands he greases.
I don't know about no bribes, you
Provocateur?
Fuck off.
I swear, I know this is Ariel's hideout.
Know how to read? It says butcher's shop.
Sure, it's extra kosher, because there's no meat at all in there. Come on, every bum at Różyc reeks of booze from this place.
And when they come here, I'll tell them to fuck off.
Please, I just want a word with Ariel.
Ogres, how come he's still standing here mouthing off at you?
It's me, Victor.
Shulsky, I remember. Fuck off.
So, should I give him what for, boss?
Do what you want.
Ariel, I've already taken one beating to find you.
Boss, If I beat the bejesus out of him, will you take me to the dungeon?
Then I'll make you into a second Barstik. But Ogras, maybe don't take on the son of Shrut Miestia on your own, yeah?
I'll call you a priest if you want.
Leave him be.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Shulsky. Let's get out of sight. But if anything starts shaking, I'll shoot you.
Don't stare. That way.
This whole butcher's shop is a cover, right?
None of your business.
Sit down. Tell me why you're bothering me. And how exactly did you find me?
Why do they call that bruiser Oguras?
He's got a green pecker from untreated pox with these little bumps like on those little cocktail gherkins.
I hope he gets well soon.
I'll pass that on. That everything?
It wasn't such a huge challenge.
Who squealed?
I found a certain attic where one Thaumaturge set up a warm nest for himself.
Oguras!
Hey, calm down. I won't tell anybody anything. All your secrets are safe with me.
You're on the thinnest ice you ever walked on. Say what you want.
Very inventive hiding spot. And a nice place.
We've got our own little store here with different varieties. I'm just doing my best to unload it efficiently. Don't waste my time.
I've got a certain problem, and I'd like to get rid of it quickly.
Is it made of clay and weighs 2 tons when it shows up? So you got sick of running back and forth across Kervich Bridge?
I'm not going to pretend I understand.
Golems aren't great at swimming, remember? Since it's following you, going across a bridge would force it to. Forget it. I can see why you can't deal with it on your own.
I need the knowledge of a Kabbalist. Your knowledge.
I think I have at least a few reasons to say no, don't I? The main one is the death of my business partner and best friend.
My sympathies about Javier. Really, he didn't deserve it. But I didn't deserve a golem either.
A faithful friend and a quick healer.
I know you cared a lot for him.
Oh, right. You broke into my house. If you ever stick your nose into my private business again, I'll cut it off. You got it?
I don't have time, Ariel. We both know that only you can help me. You can keep tormenting me, but are you going to tell me something or not?
I can torment you and tell you. A golem is a salutor like any other, but housed in a physical form. But you attract it and bind it in the same way. The difference being that it's following blood first and the flaws second. But first you have to deprive the golem of its physical body, the shell in which the salutor is housed. You also need to know where the ritual was conducted, because that's the only place you can do it. Good luck.
How can I get rid of that clay shell it has?
You can't. For that you need a Kabbalist. Moi. I know the incantation for the Uproar ritual.
What?
Instructions for reversing the evil eye, cleansing body and soul, and hiding from the unwanted, but why should I explain them to you?
I'm guessing this will cost me something. Money? A favor? A further humiliation?
We'll see.
I know the place the golem was summoned. The basement of Nojek Synagogue.
So, Sofer managed to do it?
So, apart from my family's blood, the golem is attracted to my initial flaw, right?
Initial? So how many have you got?
I meant the one and only flaw that reveals itself in youth.
And what salutor latched onto it? The Golden Duck of Warsaw?
Very funny. Thank you. So we're going into the basement of a synagogue, where you'll use Kabbalah to strip the golem of its physical form, right? Then I'll bind it and free myself from its curse?
Not quite. The golem is mine.
What do you need the golem for?
None of your business.
Forget I asked.
So, you in or out?
Agreed. The golem will be yours.
You didn't say the magic words.
I hereby promise that the golem is yours, as long as you can handle it.
Way to go. Don't worry about the rest.
Hold on.
What?
If I lose my initial flaw, I'll lose contact with my initial salutor, right?
Could be yes, could be no. I don't know. Want to find out?
No.
Unless you've got a long line of relatives with flaws?
I've got a sister, twin, but I don't know if Ligia carries a flaw.
Lovely name. And a strong bond of blood. If she's important to you, the golem has to be bound.
I know.
Then go back to your sister and find out if she carries a flaw.
All right, I'll bring her here. Maybe she'll be better off without the flaw.
I'm not here to heal your conscience. You're one cold son of a bitch. A toast? A very successful batch. We haven't shipped everything out yet.
This won't make me go blind, will it?
The risk is part of the fun.
L'chaim.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Ready?
Let's get this over with.
Godspeed. Find that flaw of Ligia's.
Not now, Victor. I don't have time.
Has anything strange happened lately? Anything that might have something to do with the golem?
A cup fell from the...
Most like... We have to talk about the golem. I know how to stop it now.
You know what to do? Tell me.
I found out that you can only call off a golem in the place where it was made. It was summoned in the synagogue.
How do you know that?
Father's former sales clerk led me there.
Hayat? How did he know? Don't tell me he had something to do with this.
Well, he begged the previous rabbi to send the golem after father. He did it out of revenge for the disappearance of a certain Horowitz.
The pharmacist? What exactly is Hayat accusing Papa of? Of killing him?
Do you trust me, sister?
I trust you. And I'm glad that you're here with me, even if it's not always easy.
Do you know what a flaw is?
Kind of, but Papa didn't tell me too much about his abilities.
A flaw is a hidden stamp that sometimes defines our behavior or even our lives. It's formed in the subconscious and centers around the things that matter most to us. It might be the memory of something tragic or shocking from the past, or something that takes us over completely, obsessively. If you were to tell me the one thing in your life that matters most, what would it be?
Where's this coming from? My family. And you, too, of course.
Now, seriously this time.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm putting you second. Work comes first. I want to work. Hard and honestly. And I want to be respected for it. Not have fingers pointed at me. And so it will be.
I don't doubt you've got that certain something inside you. I will. And thank you for opening up to me. And good luck.
Thank you.
I meant the people who stand in your way.
Thank you.
I need you. We must end it. Together.
You sound serious. What's going on?
Today, the curse placed on Father will lose its power. But we have to get going.
Are we going down into the synagogue basement?
Ariel Roffe is already waiting for us. He's the one leading this whole thing.
Do I know him?
I sincerely hope not. He's not a suitable companion for you.
Oh, now I'm dying of curiosity.
There's no time.
How exciting! I feel 10 years old again.
Darling sister, here in person. You clearly are of the same blood. We have nearly everything ready, I see.
I don't think we've met. Ligia Szulska.
Ariel Roffe. The pleasure is mine.
Mr. Roffe, this is everything I've been able to find. The candles are placed where you commanded.
Fine.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Szulski. And you must be dear Ligia Szulska. My regards.
The Mademoiselle looks pale. Do you feel all right, my lady?
Yes, sure.
Victor, I need a pound of flesh, and it's up to you whose body it comes from.
Victor, what's going on? What's he talking about?
Are you scared?
I'm not afraid of anything. Are you?
I'd be a fool if I weren't afraid. What scares me the most right now is that there's a golem threatening us.
Then let's face it together. Tell me how I can help you.
You've already helped me plenty.
Enough chit-chat. Since everything's ready, let's get to work.
How do you get rid of the golem's physical form?
There's an old ritual. It's called the Beller. It's a sifting ritual. The incantation allows us to sift out the demonic part from the rest of the creature. It also helps with cases of possession.
Good to know.
By the way, your father must have really gotten under Sopher's skin.
My father had that effect on people. This ritual, are you sure it's safe?
Just trust me, as I trust you'll keep your word. I won't touch a hair on your sister's head.
I'm here, Mr. Roffe.
And aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Let's begin.
Don't mess this up.
I'll do my best.
Won't it come?
Patience. Feldman. More faith. Yit Kadash. Yit Kadash Shimiraba. Ready?
Yes.
I take her flaw, you get rid of the golem, and we're quits. Back in a moment.
Mr. Rofa, what?
She'll be fine. It's all over. You're both free.
Thank you. For my sake and Ligia's.
Not a problem. Come on. We gotta take your sister home.
I'll call you a carriage.
What happened? How did I get here?
I wasn't supposed to tell you, but Rafa brought you.
Oh. Was he saying something?
Why are you asking about Rafa?
God, no reason. I was just curious. I've never dealt with his type.
He's pretty handsome, I guess.
Stop.
That can wait. Rest now.
What about the golem?
Now we're safe from the curse of Satanisław. Rafa kept his word and stopped the golem from pursuing us.
So now it's going to serve him.
I kept my word. That was what we'd agreed.
Maybe you should have consulted me, huh? It was my flaw.
Ligia.
That's all right. I don't know if I can miss something I had no idea existed until now.
I'll let you get some rest.
All right. I'll just stay here a little longer.
Hey, Chief, spare a ruble?
How about two? You look good, so I bet you're well off.
A ruble? That's a lot of money. What are you going to do with it?
We'll invest. Give us a ruble and we can make a bet.
And then what?
We'll make a bet with those fellows there, the porters. And if you go fight them and win in a square fight, then we'll have 2 rubles. And so the business goes. So what do you say, good sir?
Let me summarize. You want me to fight porters so that you can win a bet and multiply the money that I gave you?
Yes.
So the whole idea for making money is based on me?
Why are you so surprised? We have to start somewhere.
So, what do you say? Will you give us a ruble?
Fine. Do you take a bill of exchange?
You bet. Zedek, get your ass over here. This gent says he can paste you.
Such a pretty lad?
Ain't he afraid to get his hands dirty?
Are you afraid to get beaten up by such pretty hands?
Come here, lads!
Nothing can be kept secret from me.
You want to quote me? Then start writing. Here goes a poem.
If I want poetry, I'll read some Konopnicka.
In Śródmieście, the bastards went on strike. And that's something I don't like. So I grab an axe in my hand.
This is a serious story. Workers deserve some respect.
Shut the fuck up and write. I grab an axe in my hand and... Victor, give me a rhyme.
I will try not to get the clap in my rear end.
Good one.
W.S. I expected more of you.
I thought the press lived on that kind of scoop.
The press has its limitations, W.S. But we journalists at least try to make a change, unlike many others.
What was that about?
Don't worry. It's just a shitty situation. Do you want to come by for a drink? I can tell you all about it then.
Sure, lead the way. Well, speak.
WS? Seriously? How lame is that? Anyway, the sewers in the neighborhood were commissioned by Neumeier, but the workers just dug it all up, and now they're on strike or wandering around. And when I send my shivs after them, more flood in. Do something before I kill them all.
Wasn't it for you? I didn't catch that.
It was going to be so great. With the sewers, people would stop pissing on my door, but they just keep digging.
Maybe your friend Romek could help. They say he's a good chap.
Stop bragging about your adventures. I'm suffering here. You gave him a fat lip, and you got a life lesson. Nothing to get dramatic about.
So who is that Neumeier?
He came from Germany. Decent fellow. They say he's got some experience in that sort of enterprise.
Since when do you regard decent people?
Since the sounds of construction keep banging in my ears. The guy has an office on Poznańska Street. You'll see a sign.
Why are the workers on strike?
Neumeier, their employer, fired a few of them, so the guys got pissed and started a riot.
Maybe I could talk to them.
Be my guest. Those that were fired are hanging out in my bar and drinking. And those who still have jobs, you can find them in the southern part of the district. Follow those trenches they dug. You won't miss them.
I'll see what I can do.
Good. Whatever makes them go back to work. Whether you do some hocus pocus or send a demon after one of them, I don't mind. How about we come up with some buddy names for us?
Great idea. I'll leave it up to you.
Man, I won't let you down.
Hey, wooer! Stop making faces and buy another round. We need to drink to Neumeier breaking his stupid face.
And where do I get the dough? Besides, I ain't a wooer.
Easy there, or you're going to pop a vein. Let's get some shots to warm us up. Although you've got your lady love for that, right?
Go fuck yourself.
What do you want? Oi, Janusz, we've got company.
Is he buying or just making a fuss?
I'm impressed with the male bonding that you apparently share. It seems so enduring, magnificent.
Oi, Janusz, is he like making advances at us?
Too much beard for my taste. Marionic?
If he buys us vodka, we can cuddle.
Vodka, with working people. Anytime, any place, and with respect. It's on me.
In that case, all is fine and dandy, my dear friend.
Wait, Marionic, wait, it's too much. I mean, too much manana.
What?
Who are you? Really?
I'm a journalist from the Courier. I'm writing a story on workers' rights.
The Lord has sent you, dear sir. We've just been fired by a fucking capitalist. Gave us the sack, and we can't even afford some aquavita.
Yeah. I wonder who's gonna dig these shitholes now. Maybe Neumeier will roll up the sleeves of his fancy getup and start grubbing around in the mud.
What do you care? You get a new strumpet and won't even tell your friend who she is.
Keep your trap shut. We're not alone.
Why? He's a grown man. I bet he goes to a body house too. Ask anything. Don't mind Janusz.
You gentlemen should know it best. Why do these works take so long?
Because it's poorly organized. And it all got fucked up somehow.
Managing people requires some skills, sir. It doesn't just happen. It's all so slapdash all the time.
Why were you let go?
Just some bullshit. Nothing to talk about.
Doesn't matter why. The point is, we were fired. And now there's a strike.
But of course it matters. Just between you and me, the vodka is coming.
All right. You fired us because he's a kraut and a scumbag.
Imagine a ban on drinking at work. What's next? What else are they going to take away from us?
So Neumeier fired those who drank, and there was so many that all the work went downhill. Now there's a strike.
It's good that the lads went on strike. Very good.
A strike? Sounds serious.
Well, after the layoffs, the lads got together and said they wouldn't do double the work. And it all happened thanks to Rutkowski. Here's our leader, a good lad.
Yeah, Rutkowski's an angel.
You're always scowling at him. Look at him. He picked himself up a little sweetie pie. He doesn't care about the workers' cause no more.
Shut your pie hole. There's no gal.
So Janusz's new friend, is he ashamed of her or what?
How should I know? Back in the day, we always knew when one of the guys had a new girl. And this one? Won't breathe a word.
I told you to shut your mouth, didn't I?
He just keeps boiling. I don't know why. Maybe she's ugly.
She's not ugly. I just don't want to talk about it, that's all.
He's fucking sensitive like that.
As promised, vodka on me. Enjoy. And what is this? There, Mrs. Rutkowska for sweetie Janusz.
Janusz, the bastard has swiped something from your coat.
I'm only touching.
You scumbag! After my fist touches your face, even your own mother won't recognize you.
Well, there we have it. The things people come up with. Hello, sweet secret. The things people come up with. I'll do some exploring. The telephone. Round about the sat a little hare, the bow-wows came and chased him right up there. La 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 la.
Three little kittens, they lost their mittens and they began to cry. Oh, mother dear, we sadly fear that our mittens have gone awry. Tra la 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 la.
Well, this is negotiation, so let's negotiate. You won't finish the job without us. That's the truth.
Mr. Neumeier?
Nicht jetzt. How many times do I have to tell you? This can't be done. It doesn't work like that. That's not how you do Geschäfte.
Listen, sir, we won't give up. Either you can take back the men you fired, or you can say goodbye to the workers you've got left.
You can build these sewers yourself, you lousy capitalist asshole.
Rude!
This is just gutter talk, not negotiations.
The gutter is quite fitting, actually. You're building the sewers, after all. It's a joke.
Who are you, and what do you want?
A friend asked me to take a look at this strike.
Strike? What strike? The strike is over. The negotiations are through, and everyone goes back to work.
No. Lads, the strike's still on. We're not touching the work. It's knock-off time until further notice.
Maybe now you can spare me a moment?
Not here. Follow me, please.
I bet you regret those layoffs now, don't you?
Better hair. I deal with that kind of aggression every day. I got used to it. Zeit ist Geld. What brings you here?
Why did the workers go on strike?
Sir, I fired those who drank at work and everyone suddenly went mad. Ihr Polen. I don't understand you. It's time to bring this country into the 20th century. In Germany, it's unthinkable to drink vodka at work.
So, what's the story with those layoffs?
I don't like inaction. So when I set new rules and people kept drinking, I gave them an ultimatum.
And how much time did you give them to adapt to the new rules?
What do you mean? There's action and there's reaction. I set the new rules on Monday, and on Wednesday, I let them go.
What you did was stupid.
Are you standing up for these drunkards? What, are you a socialist?
That's not the point. You can't expect these people to change overnight. What do you mean by aggression?
I'm talking about that troglodyte, that Rude guy. Diesen Mistkerl.
What did you do?
He smeared my office windows with shit. Scheiße. I know it was him. I know it. I have no proof, but I know it. Can you imagine that Gestank? That stink?
I'll get going.
I had my reasons, mostly concerning work ethics, but there are always many factors involved. Es ist kompliziert. You know what it's like.
Mr. Neumeier?
Yeah?
Deep in your heart, you know what's important and what the right thing to do is. It's the man that counts, not the horse.
Yeah, you're right. Meine Herren, listen to me, please. I know some bad words have been said, but I have found a solution. Your Freunde will go back to work.
Really?
Yeah. I've understood what really matters. You are the most important. Now, everyone can get back to work. Ich verspreche es.
Has he lost his mind or what?
Gentlemen, it worked. We'll start a union.
Done. The wheels are in motion. I'm accepting compliments.
I could kiss your forehead. How did you manage to do that?
It turned out Neumeier had a purebred horse. It was worth enough to re-employ all the people he had fired. So he decided to sell it.
How generous. And voluntarily, of course.
Of course.
Believe it or not, I've been quite busy myself. Listen to this. Spirit King and Phantom Prince. Or, better yet, Poet and Pilgrim. Get it?
You're the poet and I'm the pilgrim because I've traveled a lot?
You bet. And fuck that guy with his WS. So see you around, Pilgrim. Victor, tell me, does the blood on the pavement by the entrance really stand out?
I didn't notice anything.
Great. So, feel invited.
Since we keep following one another around, maybe we should introduce ourselves.
What are you talking about?
You guys are so devoted. Is the pay worth so much hard work? Maybe it's time to fight for a raise.
I don't want to keep mucking around in this crap. Not for this kind of money. Following some spoiled brat around, standing for hours outside people's windows. And God alone knows what for. Not for this kind of money.
Wait up. I'm not gonna stand here on my own with him. Let's talk to the chief.
I had no idea about this place. Hello, sweet secret. I think that's everything now. So, besides father, there were two more. A candy lover and a coffee lover. Konieczkin must have had one of them in mind. Quit whining. Mr. Sweet Tooth is definitely Soffer. He died before father, so he's not the one who took the grimoire. That's what I call you now. The doctor. Because you help rabbis and people the hospital is off limits to. Rebels and revolutionaries. Luckily, I know someone who matches the description. Maybe we'll find out what she needed that ammunition for. Come on, we'll be careful. Time to get some donuts at Rodwitz. Well, there we have it.
Mr. Schultz, I've got some promising, but you can't keep... Meanwhile...
I won't bother you.
All right.
Fagin?
WS, it's good that you're here. Did you get my message?
Indeed.
I need your help.
Did someone get upset that you were following him, sniffing after a scandal?
No, I've gotten used to that already. This is something bigger.
What is it?
Have you heard what happened at Vienna Station?
No.
There was an attack. Bloody and brazen. Several dead. All of them civilians, it seems. A new group of fanatics have taken credit for the assassination. They call themselves Lechites. The Russians have put Zhukov himself on the case. I want to write about it. The truth. But I need help.
What did I do to earn such trust?
I liked how you handled the case of the Krajewskis and Pietia Alexandrovich. There is no one in Warsaw more suitable for what I am about to propose to you.
You flatter me.
Enough to get you interested in this case?
I've never written an article. How can I help?
I'll handle the writing, you focus on finding these Lachites. I want to eliminate the possibility of this being a Russian provocation. I'll interview them. What do you make of this?
Zhukov, is he that famous investigator?
They say he's amazing and very effective. If the Ruskies have got him on this case, it must be the top priority. Anything else?
I wouldn't be so sure the censors would allow you to print something like this.
I don't write exclusively for state-run newspapers. Have you ever heard anything about Kimichits?
I haven't. I only know the character from the book by Sienkiewicz. It's nothing special.
This is my pseudonym for a certain underground publication. I'll admit that I am rather well known in patriotic circles as Kimichits.
Congratulations.
Keep asking.
Who died in this attack?
That's what's suspicious. Nobody knows. The list of victims has been classified, but I know that they're most likely civilians, random people, Poles. The Lachites fancy themselves patriots, and look what we have here. Anything else?
Who are those Lehites?
Nobody knows. They've shown up in Warsaw only recently. This is the first attack they've taken credit for. That's why I want to reach out and talk to them.
That's enough for me to start with.
So you agree?
Yes. Maybe I'll reach out to Uncle.
Good idea, because you need a pass to access the attack site. They won't just let anyone in. No offense. Do you ever see Wanda?
Perhaps I should speak to her.
Wonderful. Fine. And when you happen to stumble across a Lachite, don't forget to call me. It's a Śródmieście number, 3490. I'm also leaving you their manifesto. I just want to talk to them and write an honest article about them, in Polish.
Is that Catton's staff too?
You bet. He stirs the beer with his tail. What can I get you?
What's his name?
Pankratzy. I found him on the trash heap and he's sorta made himself at home here.
Well fed, well groomed. The happiest cat in the neighborhood.
You think? Thanks. I feed him liver. I think he likes it. He always wants more.
Yes, one donut, please.
Even if I had any, I wouldn't recommend them.
But I heard I was supposed to order a donut. Here.
It's all right, Yannick. I know him. I was hoping we'd run into each other again, and here you are.
Can we speak in private?
Come on.
Don't move a muscle.
Mihal, this is Victor.
It looks like I owe you a debt of gratitude.
Lower the gun, and we can call it quits.
You can leave us. Come, Victor. Tell me what brings you here.
So these are the famous suites. Underground combat. Are you from the PPS?
The friendly neighborhood girl threw you off?
I admit, it's a very effective cover.
Isn't it? What brings you to this sweet place?
You stole the Dutch pomade shipment. I read about it on the train from Vienna.
We're famous. Yes, that's true. But I won't tell you where it is, nor what it will be used for.
How exactly are you going to serve the cause?
The PPS has extensive structures. Most members engage in demonstrations or meetings, underground lectures.
I know a certain woman who's keenly interested in them.
Bring her sometime.
Maybe someday.
We're part of the PPS Combat Organization. We use more radical methods.
Do you shoot as well, or just carry ammo?
Want to find out?
Is Bergrodby's cafe frequented only by your sympathizers?
No, but the name is known only by a select few.
Why did the PPS choose this particular place?
It's just one of many where we get together. The beer is drinkable here, and the boys are nice.
Actually, something else brings me here. What are you up to this evening?
Is that an offer, or are you just nosy?
That depends on your preference. I'll adapt.
Tonight, I am overthrowing the patriarchy. Will you join me?
I'll wait until you're toppling a monarchy. That's probably going to be next week, right?
More or less. I'll let you know. Is there anything else you wanted to ask?
What do you know about the Lehites, the new stars of the revolution?
You're asking me because you thought that was your best bet?
I don't know much about your struggle. I came to ask experts.
Don't be so smart.
What do you think about their manifesto?
They only did it for recognition. Pathetic, amateurish methods of getting attention. I despise them all. But maybe you can help the lady. Do you know where to find them?
Sadly, no. I'm trying to figure it out.
Just don't forget to come and tell me. I'll gladly sort them out myself.
I'm looking for a particular man. He's a doctor and a Thaumaturge. He treats people with rather radical views.
Who do you mean? Us?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Diplomatic. I'm sorry. We don't betray our comrades to anyone who asks.
So you do know one another after all.
Who knows?
How about this? I won't ask for anything else, but please, pass something on to him from me.
Are you praying to an onion?
Hush. What should I pass on to this doctor? Not bad. Not bad at all. Done.
What can you make out of that? Cough syrup?
Just pass it on to him. He'll know.
You're peculiar. Anything else?
I'll be off now.
If I get an answer from the doctor, I'll let you know. Look after yourself.